Now, down to the least expensive would be the sprays. And in sprays, we're going to run pressures anywhere from maybe 10 to 50 psi. And we're going to have flow rates in the, we can be in the gallons per hour up through the gallons per minute. If we get into turf sprays, we can get up to 6 gallons a minute in the turf sprays. And in the little micro sprays that we can have in, say, orchard situations, we can be anywhere from 10 GPH clear up to 6 GPM, gallons per hour to gallons per minute, depending on this type that we're really looking at. And the range, we don't get a lot of range. We anywhere from 5 foot up to, and these again, when we talk about range, we're talking about radius. 5 foot to about the maximum is 20 foot that you can ever expect on any spray. It's just the physical limitation of any kind of a spray nozzle. And any of these turf sprays, that's about the maximum you'll get is 20 feet on any of them. In fact, most manufacturers won't even go that far. They'll say about 18 feet is really about the outer range you can get on most sprays. Now we have a wide variety of package here. You know, we have the ag group and we got the turf group. And the ag group are very similar look to that spinner. And here we got one that's all brilliantly colored so that the people hopefully don't mow it when they're going through the orchard or whatever. Basic orchard spray. Now here's no moving parts. So we've simplified this down to the most simplistic device available. It just has to happens to have a very teeny tiny orifice, so we have to have really good filtration. But all the water does is come up, hits a plate, and splatters out. Now what they've done is they've put little veins on the plate so that it doesn't just spray out, it goes out in fingers. So you'll see independent fingers, but they're not moving. They just come out in a ray, and it looks like a ray of water coming out, finger, 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 and there's nothing that moves. All you do is hits and splatters. And that's a full circle. We can do part circles, and people actually use these in landscape as well. They're certainly available when you have lots of shrub area. It's not an uncommon thing to see people put microsystems in large shrub areas. And you can put part circle, half circles along the side of the house. Out further you can go to full circles. Again, their range is going to be limited on how far they throw. But very inexpensive way to water shrubberies. Relatively inexpensive way to water orchard. You just have to have a lot of them per acre, because now you're getting a radius that's not that great. So this could be more of a maybe a homeowner type here. And again, they're staked, they're above ground, they're accessible to the dogs in the neighborhood. That is a problem. Pets in landscapes love to chew on them, get drinks out of them, and play with them, and they'll tow them all over the yard. So you really have to be concerned about the potential problems that you have with animals. And if you have these stuck out in your flower beds and so on, and the kids are out playing football, you know what's going to happen. They're going to get stepped on and knocked over. So you have to be a little careful about the location that you're using them. If there's a lot of physical activity in the neighborhood, it's not a good choice, because they're going to get run over. Here's one. What are we going to use that for? Upside down. Somebody's got to know what that's for. Well, maybe a greenhouse. We could hang them on the surface of the greenhouse, off the roof.
For vining plants, like cantaloupe and stuff like that.
Like vining plants, yeah, but what kind of vining plants? Grapes, sure. This is made to hang on a trellis, a grape trellis. What they'll do is they'll put it on the bottom wire and hang it, and so it shoots underneath the canopy of the grapes. It'll be right down in the canopy. And they put this weight on it so that it stays hanging straight down. And you let that set, this tube would straighten out over a short period of time, and it would hang straight down. Again, it's just an upside down spray now. Kind of get the same action as like when a cow pees on a cement floor, you know, you got that idea. It just hits in all directions. Two different manufacturers. This one has just a little different style of emitter point, but two different manufacturers for that. That is the kind of sprays we normally are going to see in ag, except on pivots.